You know that sinking feeling you get when you realize you're spending more than you're making. In this video, we're going to show you the top 10 middle-class money traps that will keep you broke forever. Welcome to Money Invest. From making your first dollar to retiring with millions, Money Invest has you covered. In this video, we're going to talk about something that's really important for all of us: how to stop being broke. A lot of people think that getting ahead is impossible, but we're here to show you that with a little bit of knowledge and some strategic planning, you can break free from the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle and start building real wealth. So stay tuned till the end because we're about to drop some knowledge on you. So, in order for us to keep producing these videos for free, we need your support by subscribing and turning on the notifications bell. 1. Not starting a budget. For many people, the concept of budgeting is daunting. It seems like a lot of work to keep track of every penny that comes in and goes out. And let's be honest, it can be. But the alternative is much worse. Not having a budget is like driving blindfolded through a minefield. Sooner or later, you're going to hit a financial pothole that can leave you broke and in debt. This middle-class money trap is a perfect example of what can happen when you don't have a budget. It's a situation where your expenses always seem to exceed your income, no matter how hard you try to save. The trap is made even more pernicious by the fact that it's often difficult to see until it's too late. By then, you're already deeply in debt and your financial options are limited. The best way to avoid the middle-class money trap is to start budgeting now. It may not be fun, but it's certainly better than being trapped in a never-ending cycle of debt. So take the time to sit down and map out your finances. You'll be glad you did. 2. Buying a new car. There's nothing quite like that new car smell, and the feeling of being behind the wheel of a brand new set of wheels is one that's hard to beat. But before you head to the dealership, there are a few things you should know. For starters, that new car smell is actually a mix of chemicals designed to mask the fact that your new car is full of toxins. And those shiny new wheels, they're likely to depreciate in value as soon as you drive them off the lot. In fact, it's not uncommon for a new car to lose 20% of its value in the first year alone. But perhaps the biggest trap waiting for you at the dealership is you're told that it's an investment in your future. But it's not. It's an expensive luxury that you probably can't afford. You see, when you finance a car, you're not just paying for the vehicle itself, you're also paying for all the interest and fees that come with it. And unless you have a sizable down payment or an excellent credit score, that interest and those fees can add up quickly. In fact, it's not uncommon for people to end up owing more on their car loan than the car is actually worth. So before you sign on the dotted line, be sure you know what you're getting into. Otherwise, you could end up trapped in a cycle of debt that's difficult to escape. 3. Taking out loans for unnecessary things. It's no secret that many Americans are struggling to make ends meet. According to a recent study, nearly half of all adults in the United States are unable to cover a $400 emergency expense. This financial insecurity is often attributable to one thing: debt. Americans currently owe more than $13 trillion in debt, and the average household has over $137,000 in debt. That's a lot of money. But how did we get here? One major factor is the growing cost of living. Inflation has been steadily increasing for years, but wages have not kept pace. As a result, families are forced to take out loans for necessary expenses like housing and healthcare. But it doesn't stop there. Once you're in debt, it can be very difficult to get out. Credit card companies and other lenders often offer low-interest loans that actually end up costing you more in the long run. And if you can't keep up with your payments, your credit score will suffer, making it even harder to get ahead. It's a vicious cycle that too many Americans find themselves trapped in. We've all been there before. You see something you want, but you don't have the money to pay for it, so you decide to take out a loan. But then, a few weeks or months later, you're stuck with a bill you can't afford and end up having to take out another loan to pay off the first one. Sound familiar? If so, then it's time to break the cycle of unnecessary borrowing. Here are a few tips to help you stop taking out loans for things you don't really need. Make a budget and stick to it. This will help you keep track of your spending and ensure that you're only spending money on items that are truly necessary. Save up for big purchases rather than taking out a loan. This may mean making sacrifices in the short term, but it will pay off in the long run. If you do need to take out a loan, shop around for the best rates and terms. There's no point in paying more than you have to. Following these tips will help you break the cycle of borrowing and keep your finances healthy. If you are enjoying the video and found it helpful, please leave a like on this video and comment, as this goes a long way and helps support our channel. We'd appreciate it. So let's get back to it. 4. Investing in get-rich-quick schemes. There's no shortage of get-rich-quick schemes out there, promising easy money with little effort, and it's no wonder that so many people fall for them. After all, who doesn't want to become a millionaire overnight? Unfortunately, the reality is that get-rich-quick schemes are nothing more than a pipe dream. More often than not, they're nothing more than a way for scammers to line their own pockets. So if you're looking to build real wealth, you're better off avoiding get-rich-quick schemes and instead focus on building long-term wealth through sensible investing. By investing in things like stocks, bonds, and real estate, you can gradually build your wealth over time. It might not be as exciting as becoming a millionaire overnight, but it's a much more reliable path to financial security. 5. Not learning about personal finance. There's a reason why so many people stay broke. They don't know anything about personal finance. It's not that they're bad with money. It's just that they don't know the basics of money management. And as a result, they fall into the middle-class money trap. This trap is insidious because it's easy to get into and hard to get out of. The middle-class money trap is when you earn enough money to live comfortably, but you don't have enough left over to save or invest. You might have a nice car and a nice house, but you're one layoff away from being in financial trouble. And the worst part is, once you're in the middle-class money trap, it's very difficult to get out. So if you want to avoid falling into this trap, learn about personal finance and make sure you have a solid plan for your money. It could be the difference between being broke and being financially secure. Check out our financial education playlist in the description below, and it could make the difference between being broke and being financially secure. 6. Overspending on groceries and dining out. It's no secret that many Americans are struggling to make ends meet. But what may be surprising is that even those who consider themselves middle class are often only one misstep away from financial ruin. One of the biggest money traps for middle class families is overspending on groceries and dining out. With grocery prices on the rise and restaurants becoming more expensive, it's easy to get caught in a cycle of spending more than you can afford. And while it may seem like a harmless splurge, these expenses can quickly add up, leaving you broke and in debt the next time you're tempted to overspend on groceries or dining out. Remember that you're only putting yourself at risk of falling into financial trouble. And before long, you could find yourself falling behind on bills and struggling to make ends meet. The key to avoiding this middle-class money trap is to be mindful of your spending and to live within your means. 7. Having too many subscriptions and memberships. In today's world, it seems like there's a subscription or membership for everything. Want to stream movies? There's a subscription for that. Need a ride to the airport? There's a subscription for that, too. And while these memberships and subscriptions can offer great conveniences, they can also quickly drain your bank account if you're not careful. After all, those $10 per month charges can add up quickly, leaving you with less money to save or spend on other things. In fact, many people subscribe to services that they never use. And not only will you be wasting money on unused services, but you'll also have to keep track of multiple bills and payment dates. So before you sign up for that new yoga studio or online dating service, ask yourself if you really need it. Otherwise, you might just find yourself buried in a pile of unwanted bills. 8. Not saving money regularly. If you're like most people, the reason you're not a millionaire is because you don't save money regularly. It's not that you don't make enough money. It's that you have a hard time holding onto it. Every time you get a paycheck, you seem to find a way to spend it all, and then some. This is what financial experts call the money trap. The money trap is when your spending habit outpaces your income, leaving you with little or no savings. If you're stuck in the money trap, it's almost impossible to get ahead financially. You'll always be living paycheck to paycheck. And if anything unexpected comes up, a car repair, medical emergency, or job loss, you'll be in serious trouble. The only way to break out of the money trap is to start saving regularly. Financial experts recommend saving at least 10% of your income, but even 5% will help. When you make saving a priority, you'll be amazed at how quickly your financial situation will improve. 9. Failing to plan for retirement savings. Most people think that they can just wing it when it comes to retirement savings, but the truth is that this is a huge mistake. If you don't start saving early, you'll probably end up broke and in the middle class. Here's why. The earlier you start saving, the more time your money has to grow. Compound interest is a powerful thing, and if you start saving early, you'll be able to take advantage of it. The later you start saving, the less time your money has to grow, and you'll end up with less money in retirement. Inflation is another factor that can keep you from retiring comfortably. Over time, prices go up and your dollar doesn't buy as much as it used to. This means that if you don't have enough saved up, you'll be struggling to make ends meet in retirement. Lastly, if you don't have a plan for how you're going to save for retirement, chances are good that you won't save enough. A lot of people think that they can just put a little bit away each month and it will be enough, but this rarely works out. You need to have a specific plan for how much you're going to save and where you're going to put it. Otherwise, you'll likely end up falling short. 10. Getting caught up in trends. Why does it seem like the same people are always broke and in the middle class? It's because they're chasing trends instead of investing in something with lasting value. Every time a new iPhone comes out, they have to have it. They buy a new car every few years because they can't stand being seen in an outdated model. They keep up with the Joneses by spending money they don't have on things they don't need. As a result, they're constantly reinventing their wardrobe, their furniture, and their home decor. They're always trying to keep up with the latest trends, and it's preventing them from getting ahead financially. If you want to be successful, you need to focus on creating lasting value. Invest in quality items that will stand the test of time. Build a wardrobe that will last for years, not just seasons. Furnish your home with pieces that you'll still love 10 years from now. By doing this, you'll save money and you'll start to notice a difference in your financial stability. Thank you for watching Money Invest, and be sure to subscribe, because more incredible content is on the way.